Welcome to Retro Scale Modeling. This is part 3 of Revell's Star Wars MIllennium Falcon. Scale is 1 to 144. Now this is the limited edition Master Series kit. So in part 1 I introduced the kit. Part 2 I started to build. Started off with the cockpit, made up the arm of the MIllennium Falcon that holds the cockpit, and started the little bits of detailing on that arm as well. So in this part 3, I'm going to be doing a lot more detail painting, putting a lot of bits and pieces on and closing everything up. So let's see how well I get on. Start off with, I'm painting the interior parts with Revell Aquacolor 378 Dark Grey. Now these are the parts that you see embedded into the Falcon. Each has got its own little modular to be painted. And as you can see here, I'm just dabbing on the paint, painting it very roughly. Now you want to put the paint on roughly because these parts, well, the whole ship really is a messy business. There shouldn't be too many straight lines or neat paint jobs. So the rougher you can make it, the better. So as you can see there, I'm just placing on these capsules now. Each one has its own little location pin, and bear in mind when you're doing these, do them in the correct order, because some of them just won't fit one way around. So they do actually go in a specific way. It's because the little lungs at the end of each capsule will butt in to another location pin or the hard furniture of the hull. I'm using Tamiya's XF55 deck tan here, and just the insides hard edges of it. I almost forgot to paint these. But when you're doing the Falcon, the middle part you can see right into it, so it'd be a bit telling if I didn't paint these. So last to go on is the outer plating for this part, and it just pushes on underneath the main unit. Now the engine bay area has to be painted also in the deck tan colour. You can go for a whiter colour if you wish, or even a bluer colour, depending how you would like to show the model, but I'm just putting in the base colour. The engine vents itself is Revell Aquacolor 50 light blue. I still think this should have been a clear part on the kit, but they haven't got any clear parts for this part. It's just a solid part. I'm glad I'm not lighting it because I would have had to drill all these holes out. But as it is, I'm just painting the detailing. So the light blue, as you can see there, is on all the individual parts. But once that's painted, I'm using the XF55 deck tan just to go over the outer edges of this to give it its grid effect. And I'm just going lightly over these hard edges. It's quite a nice line to follow, so it's not too difficult to do. Once everything is dry, I'm using microcrystal clear here to put into each of the little compartments, but generally all over, truth be told. And what I'm doing this for is to create a sheath, a clear sheath all the way around, what a clear part should have done. It's not as good as a clear part of acrylic plastic, but it's good enough. This stuff's designed to fill in for windows if you lose a window on an aircraft or a plane or something, or a tank, whatever. So it dries crystal clear, as the name suggests, and it just gives a little film all the way over. Because I'm putting it all in like this, it will take at least a day for it to dry. Also, it's important when you put it aside, make sure it is in a dust-free area, or things will fall into it and you would have to start the whole process again. So it's back to the inside now, and I'm placing on the paneling around the hull. You can see the two parts there, and they just go around the edge. Each one has its own specific location point, so the pins can only go in one way, so there's no chance of getting mixed up. Now, what I tend to do is take them all off on the sprue, but on the inside I'll number them. So say part 20, part 21, and so on. That way you can't get mixed up when you're looking at the instruction to see which part goes where. But they're essentially just what I'm doing here, placing each side wall on with the location pins. However, when you put them in, make sure that all the parts are contacted with the rim of the hull. They have a tendency just to slip out and pop at an angle if you don't do that. So it might be best just to let it rest for about 20 minutes on each segment, so that you know it's not going to move when you put the next one in. Now I've decided to place in the engine part or vent part now. Now the white glue hasn't dried yet, it's still fairly tacky, so I'm having to be careful here. As you can see there, it's still drying. This has been a good couple of hours and it's still setting. Onto the top side, and I'm just preparing where the gun turret will go. There's just a bit of excess plastic to remove, but you can see there I've got the components ready to go in, the embedded components. These go in the exact same way as the other ones did that you watched in this video. The only real difference on this upper part is the sidewalls that you don't have the rims going in, because obviously they've gone on to the underside of the Falcon. There's a couple of brackets to place on from the main circular part to the front prongs. Now I'm never sure about this, but that must mean that this saucer section can come off. It's designed to come off at some point, but you never get to see that in the movie, so who knows. Next to go on is a bracket that goes on the back. No idea what it's for, but it just lays on top of a location point. Next is to put the two halves together. Starting off with the forward location point pins, I think, and it just all pushes together. The parts you see on the bench waiting to go in, these are the covers for where the feet will go, but I'm waiting until everything is closed up before I put that in. Now this just pushes together quite snugly. It will need a couple of clamps just to hold it in position, and I'll leave that overnight while that's drying. So as I'm clamping this up, this will be the end of part 3. I think it's quite a good place to stop. If you haven't done so already, why don't you check out the channel for my other builds? There's quite a lot on there for you to have a look at. Hopefully you can find a subject matter that you'll be interested in. If you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be kept up to date on this video, but all my other videos as well. Particularly the other one I'm concurrently showing at the moment. I'm showing you this one and the American Mitchell. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I know not everyone enjoys building space vehicles, so it's good just to interlace them so all the channels not taken up with a particular thing. So notification bell clicking is a must really if you want to be kept up to date. Hit the like button, don't be afraid to leave a comment, and of course share the video. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.